Manjaro is a Linux distribution based on Arch Linux, known for its ease of use, stability and flexibility. When you visit the official website, the link will be in the video description, and click on the download button, you will have the option to choose from 6 available versions of this Linux distribution. 3 versions, Plasma, Xfce and GNOME, are official releases, while below them are 3 user-created versions maintained by the Manjaro community. All 3 versions have specific advantages. For example, the Cinnamon version is similar to Linux Mint and, like Linux Mint, is a good option for beginners. On the other hand, Xfce is a lightweight and fast, making it suitable for older or less powerful computers. This version is an excellent choice for users who want stability and speed without excessive resource usage. Manjaro GNOME. This version uses the GNOME desktop environment, known for its modern and minimalist design. Advantages include ease of use and good support for newer hardware. Regardless of which version you choose, the installation process will be similar. I will choose the Plasma version, which is likely the most popular due to its high level of customization, good application support and modern appearance. After downloading the ISO file for the distribution you want, you will need to create a boot USB drive. You can create a boot USB drive using Ventoy, Belina Etcher, USB Imager or any other program of your choice. In this case, I will use Rufus. When the program starts, select the ISO file you previously downloaded, click the Start button, after which you will receive a warning that the USB will be formatted, completely erased. Click OK to confirm your choice and wait for the boot USB drive creation to finish. After that, restart your computer and select the newly created USB drive from the boot menu. At the very beginning, you will have the option to choose whether you want to use open source drivers or proprietary drivers. In other words, drivers created and signed by the component manufacturers. I will choose the first option, open source, but of course you should select the option that seems better to you. As with any other Linux distribution, since this is a live USB drive, you can and should test the system to determine if it meets your needs and preferences. If after testing you want to install this distribution, in the Welcome segment click the Launch Installer button. First, you will have the option to select a language, then the region you are in, based on which the time zone, currency, measurement system and so on will be automatically set. Then we will have the option to choose the keyboard we want to use. After that, we get options related to configuring the disk on which Manjaro Linux will be installed. If you want to manually create partitions, select the second option, Manual Partitioning, and if you want to set up an erase of the disk to be done automatically, leave the first option, Erase Disk, checked. In this segment you also have the option to set up swap. Swap is a part of the disk used as additional memory when the physical RAM memory becomes full. When you click on the drop-down menu, you will see all available options. No swap means you will not use swap space on the disk. Swap no hibernate indicates that the system will use swap space, but you will not be able to use the hibernation feature. Swap with hibernate allows the use of swap space and enables hibernation. Swap to file means that the swap space will be created as a file on the disk instead of partition. This option can be more flexible, as you can easily resize the swap file or remove it without needing to modify partitions. I will choose the second option, Swap No Hibernate, since I want to activate this option, but on the other hand I do not use hibernation. Of course, you should choose the option that suits you best. As you can see, you will get a display of the current state of the hard disk and the state after the adjustments are made. In my case, 8.80 GB is reserved for swap. In this segment, if you wish, you also have the option to enable disk encryption. To do this, check the Encrypt System option, after which you will have the option to define the password that will be used for encryption. Next, you will need to define a name, username, based on which the computer name will be automatically generated. When it comes to defining a password, you can set a password for the user, in other words for the user profile that will be created, and an administrator password. If you don't want these two passwords to be different, in other words, if you want the password for the user profile and the administrator password to be the same, check the option Use the same password for the administrator account. In the Office segment, you can choose whether you want to install FreeOffice or LibreOffice with the operating system. Both options are essentially free alternatives to Microsoft Office. I will choose LibreOffice as this Office solution comes with more options and, in my opinion, provides a better user experience than the FreeOffice option. Next, we will receive an overview of all the settings we have made. If everything is as you want it to be, click the Install button and confirm your choice by clicking the Install Now button. After which, the installation of Manjaro Linux will begin. In my case, the installation process took about 20 minutes. For you, it could be shorter or longer, depending on the configuration you have. After the installation completes, you will need to restart your computer. When the computer restarts, you will likely receive a notification about the need to perform an update. When it comes to updates, it is important to emphasize that Manjaro Linux use a so-called rolling release model. A rolling release is a software distribution model that allows for continuous system updates without the need for reinstallation or switching to a new version. Unlike traditional distributions that require reinstallation when moving to a new version, Manjaro allows users to simply update their system without additional effort. This also applies to installed applications and drivers. Users receive the latest but stable versions of the software as soon as they become available, reducing the risk of errors and instability. Additionally, what many users appreciate, especially those transitioning from Windows to Linux, is that Manjaro comes with relatively few pre-installed programs. This way, users are given the opportunity to create their own ecosystem of applications they want to use. When we click on the Start, as you can see, there are some basic programs that allows for normal user operation, such as a text editor, Firefox, Office applications, and so on. When it comes to applications, you can install new applications by clicking Start, then System, and at the top of the list you will see the option Add Remove Software. The advantage of this program is that it provides the ability to install a large number of different applications. When the program launches, you will see all available applications that you can group based on various criteria. This makes it easy to find exactly what you are looking for. In addition to installing official applications, if you click on the menu icon and then on the Preferences, enter your password and then select the third-party option. Here you will have the option to enable Arch User Repository and Flatpak applications. Enabling is done simply by clicking the slider, after which you will receive additional options that you can enable or not. It is advisable to enable the option to check for new updates, which I will do for both options. If you choose to enable any of these options, you will need to restart your computer for the changes to take effect. When the computer restarts and you launch the application again, you will notice that next to each application it indicates what type of application it is. For example, as you can see, Firefox is from the official repositories, while Discord is a Flatpak application. If you type Firefox in a search segment, you will see the option to install it as a Flatpak and from the official repository, giving you the ability to choose the option that is best for you. Also, if you want, you can install both options and have multiple different versions of the same program, which can be very useful in some situations. Additionally, if you click on the installed option, you will be able to see all installed applications, but you can also see which applications were installed along with the operating system, which were installed as a Flatpak, and so on. If you want to adjust the system settings, you can perform basic system settings using the system settings option. Here, as you can see, you can choose whether you want a light or dark theme, change the desktop wallpaper, adjust sound settings, screen resolution, and so on. When it comes to advanced settings, if you click on Start, then on System, and find the option Manjaro Settings Manager, in this segment you can perform various settings, such as adding a user account, changing the language currently in use, installing drivers, and you can also make adjustments to the Linux kernel. It is important to note that changes to the kernel should be made with caution, especially regarding the options marked as experimental. Manjaro is a distribution based on Arch Linux, but it differs from it in several key aspects. Manjaro is designed to be more accessible and user-friendly, making it suitable for newer Linux users. While Arch Linux requires more technical knowledge and experience for installation and configuration, Manjaro offers pre-configured versions and graphical tools that simplify usage. Additionally, Manjaro allows users to enjoy the benefits of Arch Linux, such as Arch User Repository and the rolling release model, but without the need for a deep understanding of all the technical details required to work with Arch. In summary, Manjaro is an excellent choice for those who want to try or use Arch Linux but are looking for a simpler path to do so. Feel free to leave any questions, suggestions, or ideas for future video content in the comments. Thanks to everyone who took the time to watch this video. I hope you find it useful or at least informative.